as next year. Meanwhile, health officials are warning that black market versions of the drug, often sold online illegally, could be contaminated or incorrectly dosed and should be avoided. Yuri Benajad, ABC News, New York.
Staying healthy in retirement may cost more than ever. New research from Fidelity looks at the average 65-year-old who retires this year. It finds that that person will spend around $185,000 on health care throughout their retirement. And that's more than 7% higher than last year, driven by rising prices for care, using it more, and higher costs tied to chronic conditions. The estimate includes Medicare premiums, copays, deductibles, and other medical and prescription expenses, but not long-term care.
Nearly half of Americans are breathing unhealthy air, according to a new report from the American Lung Association. The group says around 129 million people live with high levels of ozone pollution, and more than 62 million face dangerous particle pollution. More than 30 million children live in counties where air quality earns a failing grade, and people of color are about twice as likely to live with unhealthy air. Polluted air can weaken the body's defenses against infections and lead to chronic lung diseases like asthma. You're urged to check air quality, wear a mask when needed, and exercise indoors on bad air days.
And now, KY3 First Alert weather.
You may run into just a couple of raindrops on your way home from work as dry air is still persistent here in the Ozarks. One or two isolated showers along I-44 in central parts of Wright County as well as central Webster County up towards Morgan and Maurice County. Now these will continue to fizzle out over the next several hours, and by sunset all of us should be dry but mostly cloudy tonight. And then after midnight, that next round of rain will arrive from central Kansas and work its way from northwest to southeast, primarily east of Highway 65 and north of Interstate 44. There's a lot of moisture for the system to work with, so anything that does develop could absolutely produce some locally heavy rain. And then tomorrow we'll continue seeing off and on pockets of dry time, followed by more scattered showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening. I'm not concerned with any chances for strong to severe storms, but this is your first alert heads up to keep the umbrella nearby all day, as well as the rain jacket will dry out by early Saturday morning before the sun comes up. Rainfall totals will likely be fairly light the further south and west you go in the Ozarks, with less than 1/10 of an inch for Branson and Neosho, closer to 2 inches though as you work further northwest towards Rolla. And because those storms will run over the same areas, I'm also concerned with a low-end threat of localized flash flooding, especially north of Highway 54 and north of the interstate.
A world-class sprinter and the mom who made it all possible. The Olympic story behind Kenny Bednarek.
I didn't see any damage when I dropped off the car.
Rental car customers say AI scanners are detecting new dings and dents that they didn't cause.
Approximately 17 minutes after dropping it off, I received a notification that there was damage detected.
And drivers are getting some big bills.
You would think for $1,500 you would have noticed some kind of damage.
We investigate how to protect yourself when you rent. Watch Damage Dispute tonight at 10 only on KY3.
Over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes could be yours in July from Indigo Sky Casino. Friday, 6 to 10 p.m. Play for your chance to win your share of over $80,000 total cash prizes and over $2,500 Go Rewards play. Stay and play in our luxurious hotel suites. Dine in the area's best restaurants, Shaw No Steak and Spirits and Rock and Brews Restaurant. Let your winning fun begin at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, Highway 60 west of Seneca, Missouri. IndigoSkyCasino.com for details.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible to help give that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Ask your doctor about Qulipta to help prevent migraine.
Stay ahead of every storm with First Alert weather forecasts from the KY3 Digital Desk. Streaming for free on your smart TV or smartphone. Trust the team that delivers the most accurate forecasts in the Ozarks. Preparing your family with our First Alert weather days, giving you an advanced warning before storms strike, and showing their precise arrival times hour by hour. Be ready for what's coming our way with First Alert weather forecasts. Streaming live from the KY3 Digital Desk. Sponsored by Mr. Dent Collision Repair.
A young track and field star is running to New York City this weekend in his run-up to the 2028 Olympics. But it was a bit of a rocky road at the start for both himself and his twin brother. His name is Kenny Bednarek, and many might know about his multiple Olympic medals, but maybe not about the woman who worked so hard to help him get there. Here's Danny New.
Bednarek's strength easing in clear.
In his young track and field career, 27-year-old sprinter Kenny Bednarek has won a lot of hardware, including 2 Olympic silver medals.
I don't know if you want to say your name.
Hi, I'm Marianne.
But he says none of that could have happened without the support of his mother, Mary Ann Bednarek.
I don't know what situation I would be in if, she didn't have the patience and love and care.
Mary Ann adopted Kenny and his twin brother Ian out of foster care when they were around 4 years old, joining 2 girls she had adopted a few years earlier. Mary Ann adopted the oldest, Mary Claire, while stationed in Japan as she was working as a midwife with the Air Force.
I didn't care what color my kids were. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to be a mother.
Kenny says he does not remember much about that time and that he didn't really feel in control of his life until he found sports. Mary Ann says by the time he got to 9th grade,
and the coach in the 9th grade said, your son is special. And I said, I know he is. He's my son. And he said, no, you don't understand.
Well, soon Kenny was setting records in both high school and college, with Mary Ann cheering him along. And not before long, he turned pro and was competing in the Olympics. In 2020's Tokyo Olympics, Mary Ann understandably could not attend. But when 2024's Paris Olympics rolled around...
What frequency of sound did you reach when he was running?
As loud as I could go. I screamed.
Anytime my mom's in the stadium, I can hear her somehow.
These days, Kenny is now gearing up for the USA Track and Field Outdoor Championships this weekend, with the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles on the horizon.
I think I might be more excited than you because it's in my back. It's here, so I can bring everybody.
Woohoo!
And that might all be part of the strategy, since Kenny says he always feels a charge to run faster when his mother is in the stands.
I'm so happy that I have you guys, and I thank God every single night.
And Kenny bought Mary Ann her house in 2023. He says it meant a lot for him to be able to do that for his mom and say to her, here you go, I'll take care of you.
All right, Paul's here now with a look at the news stories coming up in just a couple of minutes on KY3 News at 5.
Well, Lee, it's a sign of the times. A social media post blows up controversy for a local business. That business defending itself now over a sign at the front door. Plus, scammers are always on the hunt. So we've got 5 ways to protect yourself if you're in the market for a rental. That's on KY3 News at 5.
Well, through the next couple of hours, our temperatures will drop out of the upper 70s to the lower 70s and upper 60s by tomorrow morning. Very similar to what we woke up to today. It'll feel quite nice, but then high temperatures tomorrow, once again, very similar to today, low to middle 80s around most of the Ozarks. But the heat is going to really ramp up as we head into the weekend. 95 Saturday and 99 by Sunday under mostly sunny skies. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible tomorrow. We'll talk about all of that coming up on KY3 News at 5, and then it just gets very hot as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week.
Earlier this week, we told you about a uniquely shaped raccoon named Jimothy. Well, now Jimothy has taken the internet by storm, even Google search. Google has released a new animation in the search bar. When Google users search Jimothy or Jimothy the raccoon, an animated Jimothy runs across the screen. And for those who can't get enough of his cuteness, there is a raccoon paw print at the bottom of the screen that, when clicked, makes the creature run across the screen again. Just before noon yesterday, 745,000 users had used that animation. And there's the actual Jimothy right there, and he's even on T-shirts now.
And yeah, you were showing me how you can actually buy stuff with Jimothy on it. So.
Jimothy, you're a star, man.
Yeah.
Good job. That's the news at 4. Jeopardy's next on KSPR.
Or stick around for KY3 News at 5 in 2 minutes.
Still have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment?
It was time to make a change. My doctor recommended Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
I changed and got rapid symptom relief. Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining.
I got lasting remission, meaning few to no symptoms.
Check. Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
The little pill with
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell.
Action! At Ace, however you grill, we've got the perfect one for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At GTO Ship, we ship everything fast because it takes just 2 words.
FedEx?
Ship it. UPS? Ship it. Return? Ship it.
At GTO Ship, we'll ship anything almost as fast as our next door neighbor. Well, almost anything.
When you need to ship almost anything, choose GTO Ship at Glenstone and Graham.
We handle FedEx, UPS, and the Postal Service, and all proceeds benefit Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks.
Ship it.
From the Alex Trebek stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are a set designer from New York, New York, Jacqueline Ziegler. A community college math instructor from Madison, Alabama, Matthew Riggle. And our returning champion, a creative writing graduate student from Pearland, Texas, Dean Zach, whose one-day cash winnings total $36,000. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy! Jenny.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Good to have you with us today on Jeopardy! It's been a week of big paydays here on the Alex Trebek stage, but each one has gone to a different champion, all of whom won their first games in a runaway. That includes yesterday's champ, Dean Zach, who won all of his whopping $36,000 without betting a single dollar in Final Jeopardy. Pretty impressive. Today, Dean is joined by Matthew and Jacqueline. Good luck to all 3 of you. It's time to play Jeopardy! The Jeopardy round today comes with these 6 categories. First up, elect me as president. Not me, the people in the category. Then we have Kid Lit, Sailing Away, Potpourri, a category called I Don't Get It, and finally...
I'm Joe Buck. Athletes try to meet the big moments. I'll have clues about times I got to do the same in the broadcast booth.
Dean, as champ, you start us off.
Let's start off with Joe Buck for 800.
Here's Joe Buck.
Russ Hodges beat me to it in 1951, but after Travis Ishikawa's walk-off homer to win the 2014 NLCS for San Francisco, I got to say these 5 words.
Matthew.
What is the Giants win the pennant?
That is the call, yes.
Elect me, 800.
Answer there. That's a daily double, Matthew. You have $800 thanks to Joe Buck, but you can wager up to 1,000.
1,000, please.
All right, going for 1,800. Here's a clue for you in Elect Me as President. An 1840 viral campaign song mentioned 2 things, this battle and this running mate, too.
Who are Tippecanoe and Tyler, too.
You got both halves, and you have $1,800. Good start. How about now, Matthew?
Joe Buck, 1,000.
Back to Joe Buck.
If I had to pick a favorite, it'd be Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it! The game-winning touchdown with no time left on the clock got this alliterative 2-word description that led with the state name.
Dean.
What is the Minnesota Miracle?
Good for 1,000.
Let's keep going with Joe Buck for 6.
Back to Joe.
At the 2011 World Series, I echoed a call of my dad's from 1991 with, "We will see you tomorrow night," after David Freese won Game 6 for this National League team and sent Busch Stadium into a frenzy.
Dean?
For the St. Louis Cardinals.
Right.
Let's keep going with Joe Buck for 400.
Joe?
At Super Bowl 42, it was Burris alone, touchdown New York, after this Giants quarterback lobbed the game winner to shock the 18-0 Patriots. These days, he's a different type of pitchman.
Dean.
It was Eli Manning.
Yes.
Let's finish it out with Joe Buck.
One more clue from Joe Buck.
I knew their fans longed to hear it. This team are world champions after breaking an 86-year-long Bambino-related curse.
Dean.
Who are the Boston Red Sox?
That is correct. And you can see Joe hosting ESPN Jeopardy starting July 31st on Disney Plus and Hulu. Back to you, Dean.
Let's do Elect Me as President for 1,000.
The OK in Van Buren's OK Clubs stood for this, a reference to the upstate New York village where he was born. Jacqueline.
What is Old Kinderhook?
Good for 1,000.
Let's do Kidlit for 1,000.
This book about Augie Pullman, who has facial differences, has spent more than 500 weeks on the bestseller list. Dean.
What is Wonder?
That's the book.
Let's do Kidlit 8.
One of the New York Public Library's most checked out books is this 1962 classic about Peter, who goes exploring on a winter's morn. Jacqueline.
What is The Snowy Day?
Well done.
Kidlit for 6.
Carrying on Donald Sobel's legacy, in 2025, son Eric published a new collection of mysteries featuring this boy detective. Matthew.
Who is Encyclopedia Brown?
Right.
Sailing Away, 800.
An old nautical punishment involved being hauled under this part of the hull. Matthew.
What's the keel?
Keel hauled.
Elect Me, 600.
Lyndon B. Johnson's Daisy ad, which featured a girl and a nuclear explosion, helped defeat this man from Arizona. Jacqueline.
Who is Goldwater?
Correct.
Potpourri for 8.
You can get from Schiphol Airport to the center of this capital in about 17 minutes by train. Jacqueline.
What is Amsterdam?
Right again.
I don't get it for 1,000.
This word does triple duty as a city name, the name of an animal, and a verb meaning to baffle or perplex. Matthew.
What is Buffalo?
Correct. 1,000 for you.
Sailing Away, 1,000.
The long planks running lengthwise on a boat's side are called these, like a constituent unit of the United Kingdom. They're called whales, the whales of the boat. We got a close game, everybody playing well. Matthew with a narrow lead as we hit our first commercial break. But we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned. You're watching Jeopardy!
Do you love tracking storms? Go behind the scenes with KY3 First Alert meteorologist Brandon Beck.
Maybe you don't know who Sam Hill is. I don't, but I hear people talk about it.
Understand the science behind hyper-local forecasts and severe weather alerts designed to keep you and your family safe. Tune into this exclusive show, available only on the KY3 live stream. First Alert Weather airs Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Watch anytime on your TV, phone, or tablet. Sponsored by Mr. Dent.
Look who's behind Amendment 4's power grab. Politicians and the special interest who fund 80% of their campaigns put 4 on the ballot. They want to destroy your rights and citizen power to stop corruption or pass reforms when politicians refuse. 4 allows just 5% of statewide voters in one district to veto any citizen-led ballot measure. Don't surrender your power and rights to politicians and lobbyists. Vote no on 4. Keep citizens in charge.
I'm Ryan Rook, husband of Lori Rook. She's running against that guy. He's been telling a lot of lies about my wife, so let me tell you about who she really is. My wife is an amazing Christian and mother to our 3 children. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, I would trust more to fight for our God-given freedom against the woke corporations and corrupt politicians running this state into the ground. I'm asking you to vote for the actual conservative fighter in the race for state senate, my wife, Lori Rook, on August 4th.
Cattleman Brad Pollitt is a no-bull kind of leader. As an America First conservative, Pollitt is committed to President Trump's fight for freedom. As a rancher, he knows the difference between a steer and a bull and will lead the fight to keep woke nonsense out of schools. Because when it comes to beating big city liberals,
can't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
By August 4th, vote conservative Brad Pollitt for state senate.
Let's make this simple. Since 2019, politicians nearly doubled state spending. Amendment 5 changes our Constitution to stop overspending, passing $3,000 a year in savings on to average working families, closing tax loopholes, eliminating income taxes, cutting property taxes. Powerful lobbyists are lying to protect their loopholes. But the simple truth is, Amendment 5 is the biggest tax cut in Missouri history. Stop overspending, cut taxes. Simple. Vote yes on Amendment 5.
Promotional consideration provided by University of Maryland Global Campus. Visit umgc.edu.
No application fee if you apply by September 1st at University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited university that has transformed adult lives for more than 75 years. You're not waiting to win. You're ready to succeed again at umgc.edu.
Let's get to know Jacqueline Ziegler, a set designer from New York City. Jacqueline, I understand your family has a very specific Thanksgiving tradition.
Yes, this started about 25 years ago in 2001. We had to have Thanksgiving at my parents' house as opposed to where we usually go. And so my mom wanted me to play the violin for my entire family. And obviously I was like, no, I'm not going to do it unless everyone else does something.
Okay.
And so ever since we've had an annual talent show at Thanksgiving.
A family talent show?
Yeah. It's not competitive. People always hear this and they're always either like, oh, that sounds amazing, or like, oh my God, that sounds horrifying.
And here's my only question. Is it before or after dinner?
After dinner, but before dessert.
I see. People are a little sleepy, but not too sleepy to watch a full talent show. Matthew Riegel is here from Madison, Alabama, a community college math instructor and a precocious geography kid, right?
Yeah, that's right. So when I was age 3, I was spending a weekend at my grandparents' house. They had a placemat with the United States on it.
Okay.
And I memorized the state capitals.
At age 3, you knew all the state capitals?
At age 3, apparently. And it kind of became a favorite party trick for my parents, and especially their friends, to quiz me on what's the capital of Kansas, what's the capital of New Hampshire, and then one day, what's the capital of Canada? And I was stumped. And at that moment, 3-year-old me realized maybe I'm not quite ready for the Alex Trebek stage.
You don't want to peak too early.
Not too early.
But you did become a geography B kid. You got to meet Alex.
That's right.
Fantastic. And here you are on the stage. Well done. Our returning champion is Dean Zach from Pearland, Texas, a creative writing graduate student who has a funny story from a vacation in Florence, Italy. Is that right?
Indeed. When my brother and I were on our European backpacking trip, we accidentally crashed a blind dating event for older Florentine singles.
Did you think it was a dating event that would include your age group and you were hoping to meet some locals, or?
No, I think we were just kind of very confused at the time.
And did you make any memorable love matches among the?
I can't say that I did. Very sad.
Well, maybe next time. Maybe you'll be a little older next time you go to Florence.
Yes.
Matthew, you gave us the last correct response. Pick up your buzzers, everybody. We'll get back into the round.
Let's go elect me 400.
After a global conflict and a pandemic, he pledged a return to normalcy in 1920. Dean.
Who was Harding?
Yes.
Let's do elect me as president for 200.
In this year, the year before Prohibition ended, Happy Days Are Here Again became a Democratic Party campaign song. Matthew.
What is 1932?
That is the year.
Potpourri 1000.
This seafood stew is a specialty of Marseille. Matthew.
What is bouillabaisse?
Right.
Potpourri 600.
This country's Jonas Hosflot Klæbo won 6 Olympic gold medals in 2026, setting a new record for a single Winter Olympics. Matthew.
What is Norway?
He was Norwegian.
Potpourri 400.
Here's the iconic logo of this company. It used to include the words Moline, Illinois. Matthew.
What is John Deere?
Right.
I don't get it. 800.
This phrase, meaning it's unintelligible, was popularized by a description of a Cicero speech in Julius Caesar. Jacqueline.
What is It's All Greek to Me?
Correct.
Sailing away for 6.
Always be careful on this way, the little bridge used to board and disembark. Jacqueline.
What is the gangway?
That's right.
Sailing for 4.
When a ship capsizes with the mast pointing straight down, it's said to be doing this, as the hull resembles a reptile shell. Matthew.
What is turtling?
Yes.
I don't get it. 600.
Rodgers and Hart used this word for confused in a song title, along with bewitched and bothered. Jacqueline.
What is bewildered?
And bewildered.
I don't get it for 4.
Es como decir, I don't understand en español. Matthew.
What is no comprende?
No. Dean or Jacqueline? Right, except for the verb, Matthew. No comprendo. Back to you, Jacqueline.
Kidlit for 4.
Brad Meltzer writes about historic heroes as kids, each book with a lesson in his series, This Type of People Changed the World. Dean.
What are revolutionary?
No. Matthew or Jacqueline? Ordinary people changed the world. Jacqueline, still your board.
Potpourri for 2.
This musical has been bringing history to life for almost a decade and becomes a movie event in August.
Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. But just for you tonight, we're divorced, beheaded, live.
Dean.
What is 6?
That's the show.
Let's do I Don't Get It for 200.
In the parlance of the interwebs, if I preface a question with ELI 5, I'm asking you to explain the answer to me this way. Jacqueline.
What is like I'm 5?
Right.
Kidlet for 2.
On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, and a whole lot more. Jacqueline.
Who is the very hungry caterpillar?
He was hungry, yes. One more clue in sailing away. Common problems on a sailboat involve unjamming halyards, the nautical term for these. Dean.
What are knots?
No. Matthew.
What are ropes?
They are ropes, yes. You have a narrow lead at the end of the Jeopardy round. Everybody's playing well. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy, beginning after this.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Break away to what's possible with Tremfya.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
Tremfya can help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some had visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
What Lori Rook says and what she does are day and night different. The real Rook actively led a DEI seminar, opposes President Trump's educational freedom accounts and parental choice. Liberal record funded by dark money liberal groups. That's the real Rook.
At Smouse Bros, we're no strangers to cute kids.
Lemonade! Lemonade!
The competition even copies our children. There's the price matching.
Is that $14 for lemonade?
Whatever they're charging.
Of course, the high-pressure tactics.
And if you sign this, you get the cup.
A cup?
Foundation repair, waterproofing, all smiles, no imitators.
Get a Smouse under your house.
When it comes to AI, things are moving fast. Massive profits, robots on the line, automated everything. It's immense power, and it could leave millions behind. Listen to Senator Josh Hawley.
Left to itself, artificial intelligence will not choose moral liberty. We must regulate artificial intelligence in the economy. We could be the party of the worker and the family and the small town, the party that remembers our commitment to justice for all.
Thank Josh Hawley for putting Americans first.
What if your internet was free? Switch 3 phone lines to Mediacom Mobile and get fiber-powered internet free for 2 years. And with unlimited plans starting at just $30 a month, plus no contracts and your taxes and fees included, there are no surprises on your mobile bill. Just the fast, reliable connectivity you need at home and on the go. Mediacom. One provider, one less thing to worry about.
Amendment 5, the politicians' tax shift scheme, hits seniors and those struggling financially hardest, with new taxes on services like doctor visits, in-home care, and rent, and allows tripling of sales taxes on necessities like groceries, prescription medicines, and even gas, with up to 80% of Missourians paying more in taxes. That's why 5 kills your right to vote on new taxes, and Amendment 4 destroys your power to do anything about it. Vote no on their 4 and 5. Keep citizens in charge.
Curtis Trent wrote the law making Missouri first in the nation to end state taxes when selling your home, small business, or farm, sponsoring a moratorium on new data centers, preventing utility rate hikes, protecting our property values and water supplies. Curtis Trent, the proven conservative.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by...
My cholesterol is borderline, so I take garlic to help maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with garlic.
I promise to love you, to feed you the food you deserve,
To be your best friend forever.
Love them like family, feed them like family.
After a few runaways in a row, we have a close game today heading into Double Jeopardy. Take a look at these categories, players. We begin with That's Our City Name, Don't Wear It Out, followed by clues from the Book of Psalms. Then we have Earth Science, The Contest, On the Movie Poster, and finally, consecutive letter word pairs. Two-word phrases like low maintenance, starts with L and M, consecutive letters of the alphabet. Dean, you're up first.
All right, let's do that's our city name for 1200.
The site of a jail referenced in the name of an 1898 ballad. It was chartered in 1253 by King Henry III. Dean.
What is Reading?
Reading Jail, yeah.
Let's do our city name for 800.
This city in the Nile River Delta has lent its name to a discovery that led to the deciphering of hieroglyphics. Matthew.
What is Rosetta?
That's right.
Our city name, 1600.
This city on the Euphrates River was partially taken over by ISIS militants until Iraqi government forces reasserted control in 2016. Jacqueline.
What is Mosul?
No. Dean.
What is Ramadi?
Ramadi, yes.
Let's do on the movie poster for 1200.
Answer there is a daily double. You're just 1,400 off the lead, Dean. Categories on the movie poster. How does that feel?
Feeling pretty good. Let's make it true.
Okay. $6,000 at stake. You will have the lead if you're correct on the movie poster. 1986. 2 dog tags in place of 2 O's in a title.
What is Platoon?
Well done. You double up to $12,000 for the lead. What about now, Dean? Where to?
Let's do Earth Science for 800.
Back to back. That's the other daily double. Now, you just went all in, Dean. Are you thinking of doing it again?
This is very tempting. Sure, might as well.
Might as well. All right, this time you're risking $12,000 on a single clue. You'll have 24K if you're right. Here is that clue in Earth Science. The technical definition of this stuff is any layer of ground that's been at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 or more years.
What is permafrost?
Permafrost is correct. Now you have $24,000. But there are a lot of clues left on that board. Not over yet. Make a selection.
Let's do our city name for 2000.
A national capital from 1959 to 1969. It's located 9 miles southwest of Islamabad, the current capital. Matthew.
What is Rawalpindi?
Yes, can't fool the geography kid with that.
Consecutive letter word pairs, 2000.
Preparatory day before the beginning of Lent on Ash Wednesday. Matthew.
What is Shrove Tuesday?
2,000 more for you.
Consecutive, 16.
The region of the solar system where Eunomia and Juno are found. Matthew.
What's the asteroid belt?
Right.
Consecutive, 12.
Citrus aurantifolia, botanically, it's popularly used in a pie. Matthew.
What's key lime?
Right again.
Consecutive, 8.
Attire seen here appropriate for a party or formal social occasions. Matthew.
What's a cocktail dress?
That's correct.
Consecutive, 4.
Lieutenant, it looks like the crime was one of these, done by someone part of the organization that was victimized. Matthew.
What's an inside job?
Looks like an inside job. You got all 5 of those, Matthew. Nicely done. Much closer game.
Earth Science, 2000.
Temps can hit 3,600 Fahrenheit in this appropriately named layer of the atmosphere between about 50 and 400 miles up. Matthew.
What's the thermosphere?
It is.
Earth Science, 16.
Big spring tides occur during full and new moons. These 4-letter small tides take place at intermediate moon phases. Matthew.
What are neap tides?
Yes.
Earth, 12.
Spanish for beach. In geology, it's a dry, flat, plant-free section at the bottom of a desert basin. Matthew.
What's playa?
You got it.
Psalms, 2000.
Lincoln's second inaugural address quoted Psalm 19's, "These of the Lord are true and righteous altogether." Matthew?
What are the precepts?
No. You dropped 2,000. Dean or Jacqueline? It's the judgments of the Lord, Lincoln mentioned. Back to Matthew.
Psalm 16.
15 of the Psalms are designated as songs of ascents, meant to be sung by pilgrims making their way up to this city. Matthew.
What's Jerusalem?
Yes.
Psalms 12.
The 19th century image here was meant to illustrate this psalm. Matthew.
What's Psalm 23?
Yes, the Lord is my shepherd.
Psalms 8.
Instruments named include the timbrel, a small one of these, played by the damsels in Psalm 68. Matthew.
What's a drum?
It is.
Contest, 2000.
A book and a movie told the tale of Evelyn Ryan, mom and serial contest winner from this city southwest of Toledo. Jacqueline.
What is Defiance, Ohio?
Prize winner of Defiance, Ohio. Nice.
Let's do on the movie poster for 2000.
The Dark Knight, 2008. Heath Ledger as the Joker, and this 3-word query. Jacqueline.
What is Why So Serious?
2,000 for you.
1600 with movies.
1995. Gabriel Byrne, Stephen Baldwin, and 3 other men standing in a police lineup. Jacqueline.
What is The Usual Suspects?
Right.
Movies for 8.
1961. A picture of Audrey Hepburn in a little black dress with a cat perched on her shoulder. Matthew.
What's Breakfast at Tiffany's?
You're correct.
Contest 16.
Adam Scott, Zach Galifianakis, and Roger Ebert 100+ times have attempted the wit and pith of this New Yorker magazine contest. Jacqueline.
What is the cartoon caption contest?
You got it.
Contest for 1,200.
The Fiddler's Contest is this state fair's oldest. Kirk Brandenburger of Keokuk won a title in 2025, 52 years after his first. Matthew.
What's the Iowa State Fair?
Keokuk, Iowa, yes.
Contest 8.
Now heard as in, the election was just this contest. Around 1910, it was a real thing in newspapers, offering a sewing machine or a trip. Just a popularity contest. Matthew?
City name 4.
Capitol Square in this North Carolina city is a fine example of Greek Revival architecture. Jacqueline.
What is Raleigh?
Yes.
Contest for 4.
The Judgment of Paris, this type of contest with Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite as competitors, led to the start of the Trojan War. Matthew.
What's a beauty contest?
Correct for the lead.
Earth Science 4.
The upper Midwest is dotted with wet depressions known as prairie V's, like hazardous depressions in a roadway. Jacqueline.
What are potholes?
Prairie potholes, yes.
Movies for 400.
2023, A Lone Man, The Clouds of an Explosion, and The World Forever Changes. Jacqueline.
What is Oppenheimer?
That's the movie. One more clue from the book of Psalms. More than 70 of the 150 Psalms are attributed to this second king of Israel. Jacqueline.
Who is King David?
King David is correct. Takes you to 12,800, and it means Matthew will have a $200 lead over Dean heading into Final Jeopardy. Some game. Let's take a look at the category that will decide things. Authors. Make your wagers, players. We'll come back with the clue in just a moment.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible to help give that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Ask your doctor about Qulipta to help prevent migraine.
For remembering you can customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Do they, Doug?
My bad!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Your sisters are running early.
Early? This headache.
We've got an hour. Try Painquill.
The max strength liquid pain reliever that starts working fast. Painquill, the aches, pain, strains, head pounding, back aching, fights pain fast. Medicine, also in liquid caps.
It's the first ever ESPN Jeopardy, hosted by me, Joe Buck.
Tonight, the dangerous flash flood threat and water rescues along the East Coast and where Bertha is now headed. Plus, facing backlash over his new nuclear deal with Saudi Arabia. What President Trump is now saying. World News Tonight with David Muir is the #1 newscast in America.
It still feels like he's going to walk right in and sit down for dinner.
Are you sure you're ready to do this again so soon?
I was just worried I wasn't going to be able to do this anymore with the cost of the funeral, and it was so unexpected. But your dad, he always had a plan.
What do you mean?
He had a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. It really helped me with the expenses, and the payment came so fast.
If you are between 45 and 85, you automatically qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage, starting at just $6.38 a month with United of Omaha. Your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down for any reason, and benefits may be paid within 24 hours. Help take care of your loved ones after you're gone.
Call 800-405-7160. That's 800-405-7160. Call today.
The secret is out. Plexiderm is one of the most sought-after anti-aging products available today. Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags in minutes.
Look at this one under-eye bag. It's gone.
I've tried it all, and then I found Plexiderm, and this happened.
Try it today for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping.
We all have busy lives. Checking the weather often slips your mind. That's where we come in. The KY3 First Alert Weather app prepares you, so you're never caught in a storm, keeping you and your family safe. Download today. You're watching KSPR, ABC for the Ozarks.
As we approach the end of a very tight game, authors is the final Jeopardy category. Let's reveal the clue. She sometimes signed letters Charles Thunder. Your 30 seconds starts now, players. Good luck. Jacqueline Ziegler came on strong at the end of the double Jeopardy round, finished with 12,800, and in final wrote down which author? She tried George Eliot, and I'm afraid it's not George Eliot. What did you wager, Jacqueline? She went all in. That'll drop her down to 0. Dean Zach fell into second place late in the round with 24,000. So impressive. Was he correct? He wrote down, oh no, he has George Eliot as well. He wagered 1601. Okay, the small bet drops you down to 22,399. So now it's up to Matthew Riggle, whose response was Charlotte Bronte. The Greek word for thunder is bronte, like brontosaurus, thunder lizard. Charlotte Bronte is correct. We could have a big payday here. He wagered, holy moly, 23,801. Takes him to $48,001 and makes him the new Jeopardy champion. Well done, Matthew. That was quite a game. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Tonight, breaking news, the war in Iran escalating. President Trump now tells Axios